my name is Shyam. I'm the marketing manager for KTM. And the last 2 days have been a lot of action, okay, where the qualifiers of the RC Cup have just got completed. And in fact, the race 1 just got over now, and the other races will be happening. So welcome once more to all of you. And I'd like to invite Mr. Sumit Naran, President of Pro Biking, to kick off the proceedings with a talk on RC Cup.
Very good afternoon to all of you, and thank you so much for waiting and bearing with us. Welcome to this finals day of this very special event that we kicked off some time back. We've been following the way the RC Cup has been received by customers, by enthusiasts, by racing fans, by the media. We're totally overwhelmed with what has happened over the last few weeks. So let me just, over the next about 10 minutes, give you a snapshot of what the RC Cup has been all about. When we talk of a brand KTM, it's very loud. Can you just tone down the volume a bit? When we talk of a brand KTM, there are 4 values that globally the brand KTM goes by. And those are purity, performance, adventure, and extreme. And therefore, when we look at getting into any kind of engagements or any kind of initiative, whether it's for our customers or for the racing community, we keep those values in mind. And therefore, purity and performance become paramount when we are developing a race property like RC Cup. So it's been a governing principle for us right from the beginning, that whatever we do, it must be true and pure to the sport and should not kind of take any kind of a gimmicky marketing overture. I'm sure all of you enjoyed the sound of the bikes which raced by on the second race right now. And that's what the KTM brand is. I think its accomplishment on races is soon becoming unmatched. There are about a lucky number for us, 333 races that's won every time. As a matter of fact, every time I make a presentation, this number has been updated. So well over 300 races that KTM has won across formats, whether it's in the rally form or on the track, as many of you would be aware. Dakar has been a race where KTM has really mastered, the win over there. Again, this number has been updated. We've had about 19 wins, including this year's win, over the last about 21 years or so. So 2020, the latest Dakar, is again something that KTM won, and as you can see, we've got about 19 wins over there. It's been not too long that KTM has been focusing on MotoGP. And we've had 3 very good seasons, as many of you would have seen. We've got a whole lot of podium finishing, and our races have been doing very well, including in the current season. So encouraged by that, we asked ourselves, how do we bring this racing pedigree and this racing value of KTM to the Indian customers? And the answer came in the form of this, that can we create India's largest racing championship? It's something that we kicked off in January, and today is the concluding day of this mega event, which goes by this philosophy of Get Set Pro. It's something that touches 8 cities. There have been about 250 races, over 1,000 racers who have been all KTM customers, have come participated in the races. Now, it's not just about race, it's also about coaching, it's also about bringing in the best, and I think that's what drives us. And it has to be done in the most professional, in the most international manner. So this is where we as KTM brought in a lot of our international learnings and abilities. So to start with, Jeremy McWilliams, who's also there with us right now, and I'll soon be inviting him up to speak with all of you. So Jeremy, we're really lucky and privileged to have him with us. He's an ex-MotoGP racer, and he has been working with KTM for a very long time on various initiatives affecting our bikes. So Jeremy is somebody who understands the race format and KTM bikes extremely well. He's generally been the race director, guiding us on this entire format right from day one. And we've got some great lucrative prizes, but I'll let you just talk about that in a bit. I think first and foremost, the races have happened on company-provided bikes. So customers have different bikes, different conditions, different CC, some of them are reluctant. There's an issue of transporting. We've taken care of all those issues. So wherever we have gone in the 8 cities, they have raced on the latest RC 390s, the GP edition that we launched some months back, which is the beauty that you see over here on the screen. There are no modifications that have been done in terms of performance. Just a few things here and there, more from safety. But technically, the bikes are exactly the stock bikes, and the customers have ridden on them. It is by far the most advanced bike in its segment for track performances. It's something which comes with a motorcycle traction control. It's got a fantastic cornering ABS. It's got a quick shifter. The mass of the bike has been reduced versus its generation 1 sibling. There is a Supermoto ABS mode, and the engine is the same trusted 373cc DOHC liquid-cooled engine. That's been the race management team. I talked to you about Jeremy, and partnering with Jeremy has been Manuel Jebaraj, known as Jeba to most of us over here, and I'm sure some of you who are regulars at this place would have seen Jeba more often over here on this track than elsewhere. Jeba is a 7-time national INMRC champion. Again, he's somebody who has been working with KTM for a long time. He runs a team called Gusto Racing, and again, all his racers race on the RC 390s. So again, Jeva is somebody who understands racing as well as KTM motorcycles extremely well. And that's what, like I was mentioning, we have gone to 8 cities and touched more than 1,000 racers who have participated. So let's just take a look at this video which quickly captures what the RC Cup has been all about.
Those who love racing, there's exciting news. India's largest racing championship is coming to you this January. The KTM RC Cup. Spread across 8 cities. Barely 250 races, this non-stop racing action will go on for 3 months. Racing is about to get serious. Over 1,000 racers will go head-to-head, but only one will become champion. Ex-MotoGP rider Jeremy McWilliams is the race director, supported by 7-time national champion Emmanuel Jebaraj and Team Gusto Racing. The final champion will learn racecraft from the experts at KTM Austria and will even get to see a MotoGP race live. If you are ready to race, register now. India, it's time to get set, go.
So this kind of culminates today. We have gone through 3 stages on this entire event. It started with selections, like we talked about the 8 cities, moved to the qualifiers and then to the finale. On the selection round, we went to these cities. As you can see, there was one technical change. From Kolkata, we moved it to Ranchi. There were some technical challenges over there. So we've touched actually every region in the country, allowing people to move to the nearest city. And this, I'm told, is the largest in terms of spread that any brand or any championship has done so far in India, culminating over here. So Delhi, Vadodara, Mumbai, Bangalore, Coimbatore, Chennai, Hyderabad and Ranchi is where the races happen. At each of these sessions, there was a race academy which took place, where there were coaching given out by Devraj and his team on the track as well as in the classroom session. They did multiple time lapse between the sessions and going back and executing it on the track. Those are the dates how each of these races took place. And I mean, just some great fun facts. But we've had over about 1,000 racers, and overall they've covered more than 85,000 kilometers on the track during this event. So the bikes you see running right now are the same which have been used across these selection rounds. Total 720 man-hours of training that has gone into it. What we got from there were the top 10 racers from each city. So that's about 8 cities, top 10 racers, which means the top 80 guys. And I think the statistic below gives a good idea of the consistency and how close they've all been to each other. The nearest gap between the first and the last amongst the 10 from a particular city was about 0.9 seconds. And the farthest was about 4 seconds. So even, in the maximum gap from one city has been only 4 seconds from the number one to the last one. So that's been the high level of competition that each of the cities have thrown up. The stage 2 is what's happened yesterday. Friday and yesterday, and actually completed today morning. There were some weather challenges yesterday, which has been a full day of race academy over here at MMRT. It's groomed racers, got them more familiar with this track. They had a qualifying round yesterday and which concluded today morning. And from the 80, the top 20 are the ones who qualified for the finals. And those are the guys who you heard who were racing outside right now while we were speaking. So these are the top 20 qualified racers. We'll provide you the detail. I'll not get into calling each one's names. But as you can see, of course, there are a fair number who come from south and around because we do have a lot of tracks over here. But then there are people who are coming from as far as Odisha, there are people coming in from Mumbai, there are people coming in from Latur, there are people coming in from Delhi. So we've got racers coming in from a whole lot of places. So this is where we are right now at the stage 3, where there will be a series of 3 races. What's happening right now is the second race. There will be one more race that will happen. Hopefully you'll be able to catch it live. We should be done by then. And out of those 3 races, the top 3 guys would be crowned the champions for this final. So just to take a look at this video about what this event is going to be like. So each round would have been about close to about 100 to 200 races.
To be exact, Coimbatore was the highest, close to 180, Coimbatore to 172nd. Chennai had 120. Yeah, 120.
There we are, 128 from Chennai and about 176 from Puducherry.
So what are the legal formalities the participants to go about?
Sorry?
Legal formalities for the participants, like having insurance and other things.
So,
all the riders are FMSA. All the riders are expected to have FMSA license. So FMSA license comes with an insurance, cover insurance for this sport, especially this insurance. So that's how the insurance is covered. And we are doing the local level ones, not with different cities. We ensure that they are having the personal cash and cover for them.
First of all, congratulations for the entire team. And just wanted to ask, so what's next for the top 3 riders after all of this session is over? And are we going to see the KTM RC Cup happening more often in the years to come?
So like I mentioned, for the top 3 racers, I think the prize is really big. They visit Austria, they interact with our team over there. They get trained with Jeremy. They have a session with him over there. They visit the MotoGP at the Red Bull Arena. They get to visit the KTM Motor Hall. So they get a very good intensive, experience of racing and of KTM. We are definitely very encouraged to continue this, but like for every big initiative, I think, when we conclude it, and then we would look at reviewing the entire thing, get our learnings and take our final decisions. But certainly we are extremely inclined to continue and make this into an annual property.
Are you going to groom the rest of the racers who came top 10?
So all of them have undergone track session over the last 2 days. So all the top 10, which is about 80 racers who came here for the prelims, since the last 2 days, and today is the third day. Yesterday and day before, they've undergone intensive coaching and training sessions with both Jabraj and Jeremy. And I'll pass it on to them in case they would like to share any more details on the kind of training,
In future I am asking.
Sorry?
In future I am asking. So all the top 3 will be going to Austria, What about
So
others?
for the balance, we definitely would encourage them to come and, engage more with us as a brand. And you definitely keep close touch with them. And then let's see how things go on from there. But we have not formed up anything uniquely specific as such. But they've all undergone a fair amount of training till now, is what they've reached.
This question is for Jeremy. So, what kind of experience have you had with Indian racers? And can you share any feedback about how fast we really are?
The fastest Indians for sure. I have to say that working with these kids gives me enormous pleasure because they are all very talented, very focused, very driven. Like all racers, they're very, very typical of every racer I've ever worked with. I've worked with racers in Thailand and Malaysia. We did an RC Cup in Malaysia. I was part of that, visited that over the whole championship. These racers are kind of like all of those young racers that I've met back then, and we just watched them race on the second race. How close it is at the front. The top 4 or 5 are covered by a blanket, really. And I think this experience will obviously help them improve and develop in the future. And what we're going to show them in Austria, what we have on track planned for them. The special VIP hospitality that they get in the KTM stand is something that only very few ever get to experience. It's something very, very special. Right where that stand is in the Red Bull ring is the best part of the circuit. So I think all of that and the motorhall experience will definitely blow them away, but equally keep them within our brand. And for the future, this is the right time to be bringing and nurturing young riders. As you are planning to bring a MotoGP to India, it's the best time for them, and of course, we're doing everything we can to help them and develop onto that stage in the future.
Just to add to that, do you see an Indian MotoGP races happening anytime soon? Indian MotoGP race?
Well, we haven't got any at the moment. We've got some Asian riders in Moto3 that have developed all the way through, and as I said, in the RC Cup, and riders that have moved from MotoGP into World Superbike. I watch most races, I see most things, but I can't think of any Indians riders at the moment that are doing anything other than Java's sons, and he can tell you a little about what they're doing. But it's quite impressive what they've already achieved in their short time over in Europe, because it is quite a different style when you move to Europe and taking on a European style and living in another country and all of those things that go with it. It's a very, very big upheaval for young guys, but what Java's been telling me about his young sons is impressive and obviously holds great things for the future.